Bucks and Sixers. The NBA, I heard Joe Spinoni, he texted us in the thread after the All-Star break where everything was so down in the NBA, we were embarrassed. Back-to-back weeks. They've been on fire.
Did you catch the end of the Mavs Suns?
Oh, I watched the whole game.
Oh, you watched the whole game?
The whole game.
I did not watch the whole game. I do that
Sunday, 10 a.m. I was like, all right, Suns, Mavs, let's go.
Durant's still that guy.
Durant is a problem.
Yeah, and
he had like 16 points on 7 shots at one point. I was like, dear God.
He's so sick.
And then you got Devin Booker, one of the best one-on-one players, and he's talking that talk to Luka.
Well, of course he is.
I'm not mad at that.
Well, they're still mad at Dallas for how they bowed out last year.
You know what? And you know what? That's fine. A lot of people, how could Devin Booker talk? He lost by 40 in Game 7. Well, that was last season. Now he's got Kevin Durant. He's got reinforcements, and he's talking that talk. I got no problem with that. Enough of the AAU. Hey, let's switch jerseys. Let's take a photo. Let's talk that talk.
What about LeBron embracing Draymond and then Curry?
I mean, that always happens at the end of the game. Whatever.
Did that make the rounds? I didn't see on social media. Did the embrace between Draymond and LeBron make the rounds? What are they saying?
I'm sure it
Wrong
did.
Answers only?
I'm sure it did. I kind of scaled back from social media, especially on weekends. If I don't have to work, less tweets. Alex Cocker, what's happening? Alex, what's going on? You're on the roast. Got to tweet less.
Hey, what's going on, Bush Boy and Dante? Good morning, fellas.
What's
Good
up?
morning.
I just want to say, being a Bay Area Laker fan, it's tough out here, man. And, I've been hearing it from Dub Nation for the past few years. But getting these last 2 wins without LeBron, it feels good. I feel good. I know it's a Warrior station. I'm here to comment about my Lakers. I hope we get to the plane, and I hope we see the Warriors in the first round of the playoffs. Now, I want the Warriors.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Baby.
Can I ask you a question before you jump off the phone here?
Guys.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. How did you become a Laker fan? Have you always been a front runner?
Oh, he hung up.
He said he was taking his comments off air.
Oh.
Yeah, he wanted to drop the mic on us. He wanted to talk. He wants the Warriors in the first round.
I always wonder how people become Laker fans.
I don't know. Maybe their dad.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask. Like, if you have a good story.
So growing up, I used to root for the Lakers when the Warriors weren't in it, and they weren't in it for a long, long time because I thought it was a West Coast thing.
Okay.
It's like, I'm going to root for the West Coast versus the East Coast.
Okay.
So the Lakers are always representing the West Coast. I would root for them.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, SoCal, NorCal, that started being highlighted. It's like, wait a minute, what am I doing rooting for the Lakers? Then the whole Kobe and Shaq thing, it's like, I can't stand the Lakers. Then you start meeting Laker fans, and it gets even worse. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, what was I doing back in the day rooting for the Lakers? Not like diehard, like, yeah, let's go Lakers, but a West Coast thing. Always wanted the championships because the East Coast looks down at the West Coast.
That I agree with.
Go ask Neighbor Dave. Neighbor Dave will break down how many championships the East has won versus the West in every sport. Lacrosse, soccer, college sports, football, soccer, you name it, baseball. East Coast people look down on the West Coast, which is why I always rooted for the Lakers in the finals. But now it's just like, man, how did you become a Bay Area Laker fan? Is it because they're always on TV?
Yeah, probably.
Because they had stars?
Yeah.
It feels like the NBA is more player-driven, where fans will follow the player all around, whether it's LeBron going to Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland, LA. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Bay Area Laker fans don't like. Bill the Beast is texting me right now saying, Lakers, baby.
No, he's not.
Bill the Beast never talks basketball with your boy.
Tell me he's not a Laker fan.
He's a Laker fan too. He's a Laker.
I love it.
If only we knew a Bay Area Laker fan who we could ask.
Bill the
how did you
Beast.
become a Bay Area Laker fan?
Bill the Beast, this is why I love tequila. I'm teasing. I don't even really love tequila. It's just my go-to.
So you just shut your yapper.
By the way, I bought some white Hennessy from Mexico. Thing is smooth. Very smooth. 888-957-9570. The segment is sponsored by Golden State, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. Warriors had their 5-game winning streak snapped yesterday at the hands of the LA Lakers. Steph Curry did come back, 8 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 13 from the three-point line, 27.6 assists. You got 22 for Klay Thompson, but 13 minutes for Jonathan Kuminga. Jordan Poole. Basically, those showed off the bench, 10 points, 3 of 11 from the floor, 10 of those shots were threes. And that, to me, Shask, was the biggest difference. You look at the win streak, the Warriors were dominating when it came to points in the paint. You look at the Clippers game, 66-40 when it comes to points in the paint. Points in the paint, 42-40 against the Clippers, 66-40 against the Pelicans. They've got to have better balance. They attempted 52 threes yesterday. 52. All right? 52 of their 91 shots coming from the three-point line. You look at the Blazers game, they attempt 30 threes. The Pelicans game, they attempt 31 threes. More points in the paint, going to the basket. Now, Anthony Davis had a lot to do with that, but you got to figure out a way to be a more consistent offense in terms of mid-range, layups, and threes. 52 threes? 52 of your 91 shots is not enough balance.
Don't you think that they're going to try to drag AD, let's say hypothetical, in a series? Wouldn't they try to do more point of attack stuff and force him to guard out on the perimeter?
You would think so.
Right? And I just don't think that there's a necessity to showcase that right now at this moment.
But you don't have the personnel either. Because if it's Draymond Green and Kevon Looney handling the ball at the top of the key, AD's sagging back.
Well, that's why I'm thinking that Jordan Poole would have to be out there, and not all the time, but I would like to see a hypothetical Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Dre, Poole, or DiVincenzo. So that way, there really isn't a main guy that he could sag off of in that way. And then obviously try to set some screens to get those matchups and drag him out. Like when I look at Jokic, part of the reason why Jokic doesn't work against the Warriors in the playoffs, they just pick and roll him to death.
Right.
And they put him in every action, and he's still amazing offensively, but I don't think he gives you anywhere near the shot blocking ability or altering ability that AD does.
Yeah,
right?
I'm with you there. I'm with you. I mean, it's a personnel issue, again, I believe. Because AD is a problem with the paint. He showed how good he is defensively. He's altering shots. He's blocking shots. He's a low down low, which is what makes him so good. And that's why why Laker fans get so frustrated when he's not in the lineup. Because he is that deadly when he's in the lineup, especially defensively. Again, Draymond, can he shoot a three? Can he hit a three? I know he was dealing with the hand. And actually, he had a solid game yesterday. He went 7 for 11 and scored 15 points. But Kuminga, this is where we got to figure something out here if you're Steve Kerr. If Kuminga's that wide open, and he does have a bit of a mid-range jumper, but how do you navigate through that?
Well, you got to tell him, and I think it's more of a conversation and communication and your actions in games moving forward. Hey, take a hard dribble in. Instead of making it a 30-foot shot, make it an 18 or 12-foot shot, depending on how many dribbles you can get. And even if you miss a couple, I'm going to stick with you. We need you to hit these shots. Like if he has 2 misses in a row, he can't be looking over his shoulder at the bench. He needs to feel that empowerment, and then you need to show him that empowerment by keeping him in the game a little longer. Like I think this is a double-edged thing. And also, Kuminga's got to hit some buckets.
He does.
He's got to meet Kerr halfway.
I just play him in a dunker spot.
That I'm with.
Get him off the perimeter.
I mean, that play the other night where DiVincenzo rips the offensive rebound, hits him on the cut. I need to get him cutting to the hoop more.
I need him in the dunker spot. Get him off the perimeter. Get him in the dunker spot if they're going to play him the way, if they're going to play him like that, like the Lakers did yesterday. You're listening to 95.7 The Game. KGMZ FM at HG1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, your favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log out and search 95.7 The Game. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. And guess what, folks? We're doing something really, really cool here over the next few weeks. Do you want 2 tickets to the Warriors-Spurs game on March 31st?
What?
2 really good tickets.
Oh, wow.
March 31st against the San Antonio Spurs. All you have to do is download the Odyssey app or listen at 95.7 The Game. The longer you listen, the more chances you have to win. You get 1 entry for every hour you listen, and every hour you listen is another chance to win. So you get up to 8 entries per day. 8 entries per day to win a ticket, 2 tickets to the Spurs game, March 31st. All you got to do is download the Odyssey app. So what are you waiting for? Tickets courtesy of the Warriors, and as always, go to Warriors.com for your tickets now. March 31st, 2 tickets to the Spurs game. Download the Odyssey app. Fill out an entry every single hour. You get 8 entries a day.
Some are saying this might be Popovich's best season.
Oh. Yeah, because he's going to get Victor Wembanyama.
Yes.
Better than Tim Duncan. I mean, they don't even try to win. The Spurs.
If Popovich, because I've kind of made fun of he wants to leave the organization in a better place than than just leaving them high and dry. If he finds a way to thread the needle, win this lottery, and get that number 1 overall pick, and get Wembanyama, you know what? I'll bow down to Popovich.
Dude, they got blown out by like 20 against the Rockets.
Oh, it's strategic.
Oh, he learned how to do it from Don Nelson.
Yes.
He learned from
Well,
Nelly.
he already accomplished the mission when he got Tim Duncan.
Right, he
That
did.
was my favorite swindle of all time.
Oh,
When
that was-
Boston Celtics had Tim Duncan jerseys ready to go, and they didn't get it.
Oh, that was so. Rick Pitino was so sad. So sad. That killed his.
Rick
That killed his
Pitino.
career. That killed his career in Boston.
Was it Tony Delk up there too?
Yeah, Tony Delk, Walter McCarty,
Walter
Antoine
McCarty,
Walker.
I was trying to think of the other guy.
Walker. He had 3 Kentucky guys. He was trying to press in the NBA. Yeah, it didn't work. Did not